At sunrise, the world feels untouched. Golden light spilling over the hills. In moments like this, all the noise of technology, the artificial intelligence, it all feels so far away. Machines that have been made to outthink us and outcreate us. But they'll never feel this. Here at Jacobs Ridge, every day is a reminder of what's real, of compassion, of connection, of the simple beauty of caring for another life. Nature grounds us. It tells us, in its quiet way, that while the world changes, empathy will always matter. A very busy day today. I have to go to the city and go and see physiotherapy. I've got to walk the dogs and I've got to do some mucking out and some feeding and watering. So there's a lot to do and we haven't got a lot of time to do it. So I'm going to press on. But the first thing I've got to do is do a donkey chat video message to one of our supporters who's very kindly purchased one for her husband. So I'm going to get on and do that now. Whilst I prepared myself for the trauma that is working with Ronnie, the animals were slowly waking up. Have you ever been married? Have you ever thought about getting married? Probably not. The peace of the sanctuary disturbed by the donkeys of chaos. What? All right. They're my fingers. No, Ronnie, no, that's my, no, leave me, no, don't bite me, no, Ronnie. Imagine being a dentist for you. Wouldn't be hard, would it? Wouldn't exactly, I mean, we wouldn't need a big light, would we, to get in there to have a look? Look at the size of them, show us. Look at the size of those teeth. Steve, get out of the tractor. Steve, get out of the tractor. Stop it. Look, I'm going to go away in a minute. We're going to try something else because this is ridiculous. Your teeth are getting in the way a little bit. Right? I don't wish to be rude, but your teeth get in the way. Steve, that's a goat. It's not a space hopper. Get off the goat, Steve. Steve, get off the goat. It's not all about you, is it? It's not just the Ronnie show. Ronnie's teeth they've got their own ego. They're like their own character this morning. Getting attacked by donkeys. This video represents a year's sponsorship of Steve or Ronnie or his teeth. And thank you very much. Everyone's got teeth this morning. Now that the message has been recorded and my work with the donkeys of chaos has finished, peace returns to the sanctuary and I can get back on with the daily chores, starting with mucking out. Steve, come back with my rake. Steve, I need my rake. Living with the donkeys of chaos isn't easy, especially for all the other animals and residents of the Jacobs Ridge Animal Sanctuary. They are noisy and chaotic. At this serene, peaceful, beautiful moment, Steve found his record player and he loves to sing along.
Why do you try to waken memory? Why talk about the days that used to be? You say you love me, but you know that's not true. I can't forget the tears.
With the peace suitably shattered, it's time to get on with the mucking out. And that means, first of all, I have to warm up. The workout it's bloody ridiculous actually, but you have to do it. You have to stretch because it's a physical job. You'll pull your muscles and strain yourself so easily, so quickly, and then you're out of action. You can be out of action for a week or two, and just that. By introducing stretches and warm-ups before you start work, it's been a real game changer actually, but sometimes you just can't be bothered. Do you know what I mean? You just feel like the warm-up is hard work. This is Winnie. Winnie's very, very intelligent. She used to live in a flat in Spain, house trained, and then she got too much and started destroying the apartment. So she came and lived with us. She's been with us for many years. I don't know, it must be 12, 13, maybe 14 years when he's been with us. So Yuki's another little rescue. So Yuki lived in a flat as well. What is it with you two? You two hang out together because you both lived in flats. Is that what it is? But he grew up with dogs, so he behaves like a dog, and he kind of, everything about him is very dog-like. He comes up to see you and wags his tail and, hey Yuki. No. Ukes. Yuki, this is my new hat. That's my new hat, Ukes. Thanks, man. Now that all the mucking out was done and Yuki had eaten my hat and Steve had calmed down after his little dancing session this morning, it was time to replenish all the waters and the mud baths, and for that we need the water tank, and that means we need the big tractor. Oh yeah, baby. This part of the job is actually quite nice because I don't know if you can hear me over the air conditioning, but it's actually quite nice because it's cool. The aircon's on, and yeah, it's a nice little respite. It's funny. I just got out of the tractor and I thought someone's got a radio on. All these different tones. And it's the pigs, they sing for their dinner. Not many people know that. But yeah, they start singing for their dinner, and they've all got their own little noises. You know, they're all individuals, and when they're in full song, it's quite bizarre. You sort of like think, what is that? It sounds. Is there a radio playing in the distance or something? It can be quite tuneful. So funny. If you can, please take this moment to have a look at our fundraiser link that's in the description of this video. All help is desperately needed right now. With the water tank now in place and the hose through the fence, it's time to replenish the piggy spa. Lovely cold, fresh mud, and clean out the buckets, get them all ready for the day. The pigs have been fed and watered, mud baths all topped up. So I know we'll go and feed those horses because they are all waiting patiently by the fence line, waiting for their breakfast. I'm going to go and take the little tractor and go and feed the horses. Now we have to run the gauntlet because all the donkeys are out. They know the horses are about to get fed, so they're going to mug me while I'm driving around with my little tractor, and they're going to try and get on the trailer and steal everything from the back of the tractor as I'm going along. We call this the donkey tax. Oh look, here comes Ronnie the highwayman. Having displayed my most excellent cameraman skills and finding the very best angles, I proceeded to continue with the feeding of the horses. This tractor's a bit different. There's no air conditioning in this one. A little bit more uncomfortable. No sooner had I stopped to feed the horses when the gang of donkeys swarmed the trailer and just ate as much as they could, really, like a little wandering buffet cart. They hit me like a gang of robbers from the Wild West, like Jesse James's gang. So this is why we warm up. Doing those kind of repetitive exercises and things like that is really, it can put a strain. And if you just stop concentrating for a minute when you're doing it, you can so easily put your back out, pull a muscle, whatever it is. And with that in mind, I've done my shoulder. It's this shoulder, and it's a pain in the arse, really. Worse no, it's a pain in the shoulder. After the chaos of the donkeys and everything else, it was time to join the calmness of Rachel and the dogs.
We've got a couple of cats that we've got to get to the vets this morning, so we're just getting the jobs done, getting the dogs walked, getting them fed, cats fed, clean all their bowls. Got to get Timmo sorted for the day, and then obviously there's all the jobs with the other animals as well, and we need to make sure all that's done. Onyx we've had for about a year. She came from a cat colony, a stray cat colony, and she was rescued by a lady who found her after she was attacked by a dog, and they couldn't find the mother cat after that. But thankfully Onyx was fine, so we bottle fed her here, and she's about a year old now, and she still doesn't really venture out too much. She does go out at night time, but she likes to stay in the house all day and just lounge around. So she's Princess Onyx of the sanctuary. Good dogs have been walked, so we're gonna get their food ready now, which is their favourite part of the day. Do you see that? So obviously we've got two cats to go to the vets this morning, and one of them is George Michael, and I had them both in one of the cages last night, George Michael and his sister Strawberry, but during like putting water and things in there, George Michael escaped. So anyway, I saw him this morning and I thought it would be a good opportunity to get him and put him in a cage, and then as I was doing that he freaked out a little bit. So he jumped and he ran off. So I'm hoping he'll come now when I feed the cats, and that we can still get him taken to the vets. So.
In the meantime, Steve had found his bagpipes.
Steve! Shut up!
Sunny. Did you want me to say anything? So yesterday I was tidying the dog's bed in here, and I was shaking the blanket out, and these little white things came flying out, and I thought at first they were like tablets or something, but one of them smashed, and then I realized they were little eggs. So I've done a bit of research, and it seems like they're probably gecko eggs, so I've moved them out of here because it's not a very safe place to be in a dog bed. So yeah, hopefully the other 3 will hatch. So we shall wait and see. It's a bit difficult with Timmo because he doesn't like people he doesn't know, so not just anybody can come in and, you know, get him in his wheelchair or clean him. They would need training, but that needs to be someone who is going to be here long term, because it takes a while for him to build up trust. Timmo! Good boy. During the summer, Timmo doesn't really do a lot of exercise, so he's getting a little bit fat at the moment.
The trolley, matched with Timmo's indomitable spirit, creates an absolute force of nature. now my attention goes to the smallest horse in the world. Yep, I'm not actually making that up. You see, Prospero is a Falabella, and they are the smallest horse breed in the world, except he's a bit fat, so he's on a bit of an exercise regime. Prospero, the point of morning exercise is to exercise. It's not to eat. That would be breakfast. We call that breakfast. Right, this is about exercising. Come here. Come here. Look. All right, I'm not being rude. Well, I suppose I'm being a little bit rude, but you're you're a little bit out of condition, shall we say. You're a little bit I think it's a bit more than water retention. Okay, I think you need to get your head out of bushes, stop eating stuff, right, everything, and get some movement. Okay, I know you're an old boy, I know all of these things, but you've got to just try a little bit harder. Okay, all right, I'm here. I'm like your PT. I'm your personal trainer, and I'm here to get you fit and looking good. Okay. Okay. Can you just work with me? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do ups and downs circuit. So we've got this little area in the sanctuary that is an old irrigation platform, and we go up one side, go along the top and down the other end, and we're going to do 10 repetitions. Come on, we're going to do 10 repetitions of that little circuit. It's in the shade, so it's okay, all right, but it won't be in the shade for much longer if we don't get the job done. So let's get it done, Prospero. Let's get it done. Come on, mate, we can do this. I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this, but I feel like I have to for him. Look at the state of him. He's so fat. Okay, come then. Let's go. You know what you're doing. Right, we're doing 10 of these. So as I lead Prospero on his new CrossFit regime, up and down little hills, I find myself questioning my life choices, as always. How did it come to this, really? Running around in circles with a tiny little horse. What happened to my life? Well, Prospero, no, you're just treading on your lead rope, right? Come here. Remember what I said a minute ago was it's not about eating this morning, okay? This is exercise. We don't go to the gym to have something to eat. It's not a restaurant, okay? So we're going to go to the next exercise now, all right, which is jumping, okay? You like jumping? It's a little bit of jumping, all right? You're a good boy. You've done really well there. Let's do the next bit. So the next exercise in Prospero's workout is the jumps. So we're going to do some jumps now. Rachel's going to come and do this because she does this with him normally, and I'm dead after the ups and downs. So Rachel takes the lead rope and does her very best Horse of the Year show impression. The run's done, the ups and downs, and we just go for a little cool off walk just to make sure he's exercising and moving, and then he'll go back to being a fat little horse in his enclosure. Come on, mate, you're a little star, aren't you? I suppose now would be as good a time as any to tell you or remind you about our massive fundraiser that we're doing at the moment, which is to establish the infirmary here at this location to look after not only these animals but future animals as well for generations to come. A fully functioning veterinary clinic, an area for rehabilitation, fitness, a place to really care for these animals and look after them. So please look in the description for our fundraiser, and if you can, get involved. Thank you. Anyway, back to Rachel scrubbing buckets.
Want to go in. There we go. Ooh. So on the way to the vets, we're just going to go and pick Julian up, who's been at the physio this morning. So just come to pick Julian up after the physio. Are you okay?
Bloody hell, yeah.
How did you feel?
Well, she pulled me about a bit.
Do you feel any better?
I think so, yeah. I mean, they really do go for it, don't they? But yeah, it's the trap. Is the trap across the whole back is very tight. So she stuck some needles in me and gave me a massage and some heat therapy and all stuff like that. But I fell asleep. Which was nice.
So we've got to take two of the cats to the vets.
Why?
George, Michael and Strawberry. So they've both got a problem with gingivitis and ulcers and things. They've been on painkiller, antibiotics.
It was at this point that my brain started to turn to jelly as I tried to digest and understand everything that Rachel was telling me. Rachel has this uncanny skill of understanding everything that's going on with the veterinary side of the animals, and I don't. All I'm hearing is how much this is going to cost, and that's about it really. And also, is she driving a little bit too close to the curb? I don't know, and then I don't know, it was something else, I think, and then she came back.
They're not always 100% accurate, so they've told them they need to get the full analysis sent to the laboratory, so that's what we're going to do now. Extract the blood, have a checkup, and then we see where we go from there.
And how much is this?
Blood test? Probably about 60 euros each, I would think.
And the specialist wants to charge us 600 euros each to do the...
It's usually around that, apparently, yeah, to extract some of the teeth.
As I contemplated bankruptcy in order to cover the cost of extracting a couple of tiny little teeth from a couple of cats. We had to take them for analysis. The reality is, animal care is expensive, veterinary care is expensive, but it's necessary. Otherwise the animal suffers. And as a sanctuary, it's our job to not only provide them shelter and food and love, but also the medical attention that they need. This work brings pressures. It brings emotional pressure, physical pressure, and financial pressure. And this particular visit has brought some financial pressure. So it's very important that we keep on top of our mental health.
One of the challenges is your own mental state and maintaining your mental state. They talk about farmers in the UK suffering from depression and loneliness and mental health and all of these things, and it's true, it's real, but it's because the battle is unseen and it's with yourself, it's in your own mind. And I think that when you're doing a job like farming, or in our instance, it's the same job, but it's for different purposes. So running the animal sanctuary is incredibly challenging. So when you've got the pressures of money, you've got the pressures of time, because you've only got so many jobs to do. You're physically exhausted. The exhaustion levels are off the scale. You have got pressures, with the finances, but you've also got pressures with getting all the jobs done. And then this time of the year, you've got the bloody sun. That might sound a bit stupid. Obviously it's Spain, but the sun, you've got to factor it in. You cannot work to the same level that you want to mentally in this heat. So what happens is when you're mucking out, you're doing a lot of time, repetitive stuff, doing it on your own, with the pressure of the heat. What happens is you start to think and you start to masticate. Use the right word there. You start to masticate over your problems or over your situation, or you replay conversations that you've had in the past. Or if I'd said it this way, I would have done it different. Or your internal critical voice can start getting a hold on you of everything you're doing wrong or why you're doing it wrong and all the rest of it. Before you know it, you've been chewing that over for an hour while you've been mucking out and in the heat and everything. Before you know it, you're in a really bad place, mentally. You're in a bad mood. And I get it. I really do. I understand when people suffer when they come here and volunteering, but it's an unseen part of the job, really. And it's like you have to have some metal. You definitely have to have some metal about you, and you have to be prepared for it. Focus on the positives. Always focus on the positives. Take the joy in what you're doing. Find the joy. Also find the what's the word? Be grateful. Be gratitude. Gratitude is so powerful, and you really learn it in this job, I think, because if you don't have gratitude, then you could start really spiraling. You've got to start the day, you've got to look out, you've got to look at the animals and go, wow, I get to work with these animals every day. I get to muck them out every day. I get to give them fresh water every day. How lucky am I? And I love that. I get to work in this environment. I get to work in under beautiful blue skies. That gratitude gives you power. And then looking at the joy that the animals have, take that joy and bring it into yourself. This is wonderful. Share the joy with them. Share the joy. So I think where it's an incredibly hard thing to learn. It's a very, very hard lesson. I think people go away on these different retreats, you know, mindfulness retreats, yoga retreats, all of this mind, body, spirit, and all of that stuff, which is great. But it's in environments like this where those skills get truly tested. That's where you find out, actually, hold on a minute, I need to practice mindfulness here, because it's just, like I say, you're in the crucible. So you're getting melted down to your bare metal. So you've got to love it. You've got to love it. And I love it.
Where are you going now?
So now I'm going to just go and get some hosing stuff so that we can set up hoses and watering systems, so it becomes a lot easier for our volunteers, so they don't have to run around and break their backs doing water for all the animals.
Why do you try to waken memory? Why talk about the days
Shut
that
up!